So if that's the case, why are you building all this?
If we had an AI that we could offer at 1/10 of the price of current AI, I think people would use it 20 times as much. And we would still need twice as much compute to satisfy the then current demand.
Some companies seem less sure. Microsoft, for example, announced that it was pausing or canceling several data center builds in the US and abroad.
A lot of folks worry that we aren't that far from seeing some kind of pullback, some kind of wall. It's kind of like how all the big tech companies were hiring every single person they could in 2020, 2021. Then at one point, they started firing people. And I think we're at this point where every time a lease gets canceled for a data center, people wonder, oh, did we hit this moment? Do we really need all of this infrastructure? Is there really a payoff in the end? Are folks going to use these tools enough that it's going to pay for all of this build out?
How confident are you that OpenAI is going to be a financially sustainable and profitable enough company to justify all of this investment?
It's looking like we're doing really well. I mean, like we are definitely doing something unprecedented. It seems like I feel confident in the bet. Doesn't mean something can't go wrong.
What are the risks?
I mean, maybe, people stop wanting to pay for AI services and then we have a difficult financial position.
What do you say to the people out there who think this is a massive boondoggle?
Look, I think there's always going to be doubters, but I think the money piece, I think so long as AI is delivering value to society, the money will be there to build the infrastructure. I have no concerns around that. Even if it's not all 100% accounted for today, that money is there, and there's a lot of money that wants to invest in this category. What we're undergoing right now is sort of the largest infrastructure build in human history, right? This is like where we built the interstate highway system. That enabled massive interstate commerce and transportation and catalyzed this massive boom in the US economy. What's happening in AI infrastructure is we're building the superhighway system that's going to enable modern intelligent systems. That's going to create all sorts of new job categories that don't even exist today. Mm-hmm. It's going to create new ways of doing business. It's going to create new ways of invention, and it's going to really drive humanity forward.
The data center boom isn't just affecting the AI business. There are local impacts too. Across the country, places like Abilene are trying to attract data center projects and the jobs and tax revenue that come with them.
I make $1 a year being mayor, so I've got to have another business too.
So your side business is still the pest control?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a hired killer.
How would you describe Abilene?
Well, Abilene, it's an old railroad town, so we have lots of Western heritage. But that doesn't mean that we don't want to grow and look forward to the future. We want our city to grow, and we look forward to these opportunities that are coming to us.
What have you heard about the Stargate project?
It could quite possibly be the largest AI data center in the world, and that excites me, and to know that we're going to be a front runner in technology right here in West Texas.
I've spent the last couple of months looking at some of these biggest projects and trying to see what documents we can find. How have these some of the world's largest, most powerful companies been interacting with these local municipalities? Largely what we have found is that these local towns are willing to forego quite a bit of tax revenue, quite a bit of control to be able to bring these big companies in.
What is Abilene giving up to have Stargate here?
So what Abilene agreed to with Stargate, with this data center, is 85% of tax revenue off the property tax wiped.
So they're losing out on 85%.
Yeah, I'm sure they would say, and the developers would say, that you're still getting a lot of property tax revenue, and that's probably true, right? But these are pretty tough deals being struck, right? I think a lot of these smaller towns did not take place in the tech boom of the last 20 years. All of those jobs went to the coasts, right? And I think there's a lot of local city leaders who want to be able to say, we're a part of this. And they're willing to strike some pretty extreme deals to make it happen.
You're giving up 85% in tax revenue.
Yeah, we're getting 15% of billions of dollars, so that's the way I look at it, right? It is a large tax increase. We're talking millions of dollars on an annual basis. It's going to help us to pave streets, to hire police officers, to do the things cities do.
When you were negotiating, did you feel like there was a risk they could go elsewhere? Like, were you worried about not winning the deal?
Whenever you're attracting a prospect, yes, you always worry about that. But at the same time, if it wasn't going to work for both parties, we weren't going to lay down and just get run over by these people either.
How many jobs do you think Stargate will really create?
Well, I'll tell you what I've heard. So somewhere between 400 and 1,200. There's going to be security, there's going to be maintenance. You know, they're going to have grass, people are going to mow grass out there. So there's going to be all kinds of jobs that go with something that large too, other than just the technical jobs.
We think about tech investments and tech campuses as kind of these thousands of high-paying jobs where they're really kind of boosting the local economy. Once data centers are completed, it's often not a lot of full-time workers.
How many people does it really take to run a data center? Like, I keep thinking about that scene in Silicon Valley, and there's one guy in that data center.
There's really no difference between day and night down here, so it makes things easy.
There are going to be quite a few people here. I know you're looking for a specific number from me, but I can't give it to you.
What if they don't create as many jobs as you hope for?
You know, I don't know a lot about AI centers or how many people they employ.